Good morning, afternoon, or evening, folks. Star Fox as a series has been in and out of the limelight for quite some time now, so Nintendo's announcement of a full-on Star Fox reboot/remake thingamabob releasing on the Switch 2 is a huge deal to me. You see, I've been interested in the Star Fox series from a distance for a pretty long time. I really love the character designs, the furry allegations were so right, you guys. And I have fallen in love with fan projects like A Fox in Space, so this announcement couldn't have had better timing. Actually, doubly so, because around 2 weeks ago I streamed Star Fox for the Super Nintendo and did a playthrough, and I had a surprisingly awesome time with the game. That's actually the game we're talking about today, and I think that it's worth going back and playing it before the new one releases. But first, some history. So, the history of Star Fox is also the history of 3D graphics for Nintendo and home console hardware in general. Nintendo's iconic space shooter started its life as NES Glider, a strange prototype for the NES, who would have thought. This demo, developed by Argonaut Software in the 90s, was later ported to the Super Nintendo, and Nintendo liked the prototype quite a lot. So, the folks at Argonaut Software capitalized. Basically, somebody at Nintendo wanted better 3D visuals out of the game, and Argonaut bullshitted the bigwigs and offered 10 times the graphical power out of a graphics chip built into the Super Nintendo cartridge itself. Of course, they never actually got all the way to that 10 times promise, but Nintendo obliged and the team at Argonaut got some chip designers to make the Super FX chip, and the rest is history. But yeah, Star Fox and the Super FX chip were seriously revolutionary for home consoles. I wasn't alive during the 90s, but I think it's so cool to see how quickly games evolved from the early 90s to the early 2000s. Like, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in 2018, and it still looks just as nice as modern game releases, and it was released 8 years ago. They don't grow in the same way they used to. It's such a neat thing to ponder. But anyways, let's talk about the game. All of this cool information I'm throwing at you guys doesn't matter if Star Fox sucks ass. Thankfully, it's really good. The first thing that jumps out to me when talking about a game like Star Fox is the controls, but they're pretty solid for a first attempt. You steer the R-Wing with the D-pad, and at first glance, playing a 3D shoot-'em-up might sound clunky on a D-pad, but surprisingly it's not a detriment, and I'm pretty sure they designed the game's movement around this limitation. You can lean further in a direction of your choice if you press the corresponding shoulder buttons, and if you double tap them, you'll do the iconic barrel roll. Plus, the braking, boosting, lasers, and bombs are all in what feels like the right spots on the face buttons. Steering feels fine, and I've got no complaints about the layout of the controls. Unfortunately, they are hampered a bit by performance. Star Fox isn't a very smooth experience, even on newer hardware. The choppy frame rate translates to an R-Wing that only feels great to pilot sometimes. When it gets particularly chunky, the ship feels a little inconsistent to drive and aiming is way harder. It's not too bad because the targets are relatively easy to see and you get a bit before you really have to knock them out, but I still lost track of what I was trying to fire at, especially if it was moving quickly. To be completely honest though, for the most part, I forgot about the bad frame rate when I was playing, and it's more forgivable considering the title's age and target console. Plus, I'm totally willing to deal with the annoying framerate because Star Fox is an awesome game otherwise. The level design, for example, is surprisingly excellent. For starters, Nintendo did a good job with level variety. There's a surprising amount of personality in the low-poly environments. The level Asteroids, for example, has a pretty space backdrop with gradients of pink and orange juxtaposed to the pitch-black darkness of space, and this is accentuated with the entire level being littered with debris. Titania is another really awesome level. It starts in what looks like a snowstorm, only revealed that it's actually in a desert planet. Andross's forces somehow managed to pollute the environment so badly that it changed the climate, which is just nuts. It shows how powerful Andross really is, and also how big of an asshole he is. It's good world building. Star Fox is also just dripping in sci-fi goodness and spectacle, too. In one boss encounter, you fly through a giant ship a la Star Wars to blow up the engine room. The whole engine spins the room, and after you do your best dodging electric currents and blasting at connections to the wall, the center becomes vulnerable so you could blast it all to smithereens. There's just this sense of sheer badassery to the whole thing. Star Fox is a very tough game as well, which doesn't surprise me at all. Older games seriously don't hold your hand. If you do play the game after this video, definitely try not to miss the blaster upgrades. They're usually behind doors you need to shoot or place somewhere in the levels, but they're pretty much essential to finish the game with any reasonable amount of oomph to your firepower. But yeah, I think a lot of folks who play the original Star Fox don't give the game the chance to really kick ass because the presentation is a little dated, especially with the frame rate. thankfully, the music is some of my favorite Nintendo music of all time. They're so good, dude. There's absolute bangers all around. Just take a listen to some of my favorite tracks. I'm gonna play some of them right now, and then I'll talk about them in a second. Once again, nothing but friggin' bangers. These songs have this crazy sound profile that takes good advantage of the Super Nintendo's audio hardware, and it does a great job setting the mood. Well, if you can't tell, I really dig the original Star Fox. Nintendo is king at making these arcade-style games, and Star Fox for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, oh, what a mouthful, is just this really great example of them flexing that muscle. With how much folks like to crap on this game, I really went into it expecting this awfully dated experience, and instead what I got was this badass rail shooter with great music, gameplay, and atmosphere. This game has just this raw, arcadey energy that's totally intoxicating. I'm a big fan. You know what? Playing through the original Star Fox game makes me so excited for this new pseudo reboot / remake thing. So far, I love the character designs and how they're reminiscent of the SNES game's box art. I love the focus on adding more depth to the characters and story. The multiplayer looks like a ton of fun, the graphics rock, and it's just oozing with potential for future entries. I know that people are pissed that it's another remake of Star Fox 64, but you know what, dude? If this game captures even half of the SNES game's vibe, then I think that Star Fox has an awesome future. And honestly, it was kind of like the best choice they could have made. I mean, like, we haven't gotten a new Star Fox game in a long ass time, and most of the people who will be playing this game have never played a Star Fox game in the past. So, you know, if this is how we reintroduce the characters, it's how we do it. I'm not gonna bitch about it. I'm just happy to see more Star Fox. Yeah, that's it for now, folks. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing. Also, thank you so much to these wonderful Patreon supporters. Your support means the world to me, and I'm really excited to share a project that you folks have enabled me to do very soon. If you're interested in joining any of these wonderful folks, check out the link below. And one more thing, a quick life update. If you didn't notice, I sort of despawned from the face of the internet for a little bit, but I'm alright. I started a new and very busy job, but don't worry, I'm still trying to swig for a video or two every month. Once June hits, I should be back on track for more frequent uploads, so thank you guys so much for your patience, and thanks for sticking around. Later, lizards, I hope your Basking Rock stays nice and toasty. Cheers, folks.